Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot and welcome to today's collective reading. In today's reading, I want to do an energetic check in between you and your person, you and your soulmate. Now, this is a soulmate in terms of a romantic connection, so please keep that in mind. So, let's just begin with the reading. This is a collective reading, so take it how it resonates. There are no groups and piles for you to choose from today. I just want to do like an in depth reading and just like find out what your energy is and also what your person's energy is at the moment when it comes to love. Now, this can apply to you whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're in a situationship, whether there's just no contact between you guys or you aren't talking at the moment. Yeah, so take it how it resonates. If by any chance you feel like this side of the cards resonate with you more than this side, then take that how it resonates as well. So, now that I have all of the disclaimers out of the way, let's just begin with the reading. Let's find out what your energy is possibly like at the moment. So, we have Sanctuary, we have Your Hard Work is Paying Off, we have Commitment, and we also have Contentment. For a minute I thought this card also said commitment. So, that is basically just letting me know that I feel like you guys are for sure ready for commitment, okay? Or whoever this person is, like this energy, like the person that's in this energy is ready for commitment, okay? They have been working hard on themselves, they've been working hard on their money, they've been working hard on their self love and themselves, and they've probably been single for a while, and they've done the inner work, they've done the inner healing, and they're quite content actually with where they are, but they're also quite ready for a commitment. Now, this person seems to me like someone who's a bit of a homebody, someone who has high standards, someone who wants these amazing things, who wants their soulmate, who takes commitment seriously, who takes their responsibilities seriously. And this is not someone who likes, just frivolously being in relationships or just going with the flow sort of a person. I think this person dates for commitment, they date for marriage, and they're quite content and happy in themselves. Like made they've created a world for themselves where they are quite content, they're quite happy, they are self-sufficient, they have hobbies, they have a life of their own, but at the same time they want someone, they want commitment. They're ready to meet their soulmate, or they're ready for commitment in the sense of, like, maybe an engagement or marriage or a relationship. Yeah, they don't just want to be dating around. But I also feel like this person has high standards, so they don't want to date just anybody. They definitely want someone who's going to mirror them, who's going to be their soulmate, who's going to align with them, with their beliefs, with just who they are, as a person. So I do feel like this person is pretty sorted in their head. They know who they are, they know what they want, and even though they are quite happy and content being single or being the way that they are right now, they still want commitment, but at the same time they're not going to settle for anything less than they deserve. Okay, they have high standards and they are going to hold out to those standards, and that's good for them. So if this is your energy, then yeah, I'm really proud of you. You should be proud of yourself as well. And if this doesn't resonate with you, then maybe this is going to be where your energy check in resonates. So here we have Trust, we have It's Time to Release Negativity, Full Moon in Scorpio, we have Luminosity, And we also have aspiration. Oh, I kind of feel a little bit sad and a little bit sorry for this person, but in like a cute way. Like I almost wanna give them a hug for what they're going through, because I feel like, yeah, they're trying as well. I feel like this person, this group A person, this left person is just very sorted in their head, right? And I feel like this person is going to take some time to get to this level, okay? Because, and if this reading resonated with you, if this side's reading resonated with you, if A's reading resonated with you, then I feel like you can probably empathize with group B's, not group B's, but person B's energy, because I feel like maybe you were also in this energy at one point, because it almost feels like person B is having a really hard time trusting, is having a really hard time letting go of the past, letting go of limiting beliefs. um they want the same things that you do. They're also looking at commitment, and they're aspiring to be someone who can be, you know trusting and also trusted. Like they're working on that, but it honestly feels like their past and some sort of negativity from their past is still holding them back. Some sort of trust issues are still holding them back. And but they're also holding on to hope, I feel. They're also holding on to hope. There is darkness in their life at the moment, but they're also holding on to hope, because there is a light within them, and they really do have this aspiration to also want to be with their soulmate, to also want to be in a functional relationship, and they do have a lot to offer. And it almost feels like something has happened in their past that has kind of dulled their light, and they're finding it difficult to find that light again or keep that light on for a long time. Maybe they have days where they feel confident, but then there are days where they feel like they're not ready yet, they're not ready to trust yet. What if they make the same mistakes again? So it's not like this person isn't doing the work or isn't trying. They are, but it just feels like they need a little bit more time, they need a little bit more um, sort of support, because it almost just feels like, yeah, they just need reassurance. Okay, they just need reassurance, not just from another person but also for themselves. Like they kind of want reassurance, maybe from God or universe, or even through like tarot readings or whatever, where someone is basically telling them that they are good enough and that they are worthy. Because maybe there are days where they feel like the work they're doing is not enough, or like they are not enough, or like what if they make mistakes again, or like what if they aren't able to trust again, what if they're broken, what if they're wounded, what if they are so far gone that they can't be fixed again. Like, maybe that's the kind of negativity, that's the kind of darkness that this person is kind of struggling with at the moment. And I do feel like they will come out of it, because they definitely do have a lot to give. They have a lot of luminosity, a lot of light to shine from within them, and they also aspire to be a better person and do better. And also they know that they want better things, and there are moments, like I said, where they do believe that they deserve those good things, but then again they're like, oh, but like, what if I make mistakes again? Like, I've been a bad judge of character in the past, what if that happens again, right? So like I feel like that's the energy that person B is currently in. So yeah, now it's for you to decide whether you are person A or person B. You could be both person A and person B, and that could just mean that you and your soulmate are mirroring each other. I mean, we do have the swans here, and like they are mirroring each other, right? Swans mate for life, don't they? I think they do. So yeah, so it just could be a possibility that you and your soulmate, you and your person are mirroring each other. So sometimes you feel like you're in the energy of person A, but sometimes you feel like you're also in the energy of person B, or vice versa, and maybe your soulmate is also feeling the same way, right? So yeah, let's just move forward with your reading. But like, what exactly is it that I want to find out now? Like, should I get you some advice, or should I get you like messages that you need to hear at the moment? Okay, let's just start with what you need to hear right now. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, beautiful. We have the Emperor. And we have the Hierophant. Wow. Okay, now this could be what you wanted to hear or what you needed to hear, and also advice, because like while I was shuffling the cards, what I was asking for is that these two cards tell us what you need to hear, and these two cards will give us advice. Your bottom deck energy is the Ten of Cups. Oh my god, you're getting all of like the cutest cards. Let's also add this card in your reading. I feel like I really want to do that. Yeah. Okay. So, something that you need to believe and like really, really know, and like, even if sometimes it's hard to think these things can happen, or sometimes it's difficult to believe in these things, I still need you to believe that you deserve a happy ending, okay? That you deserve to find a soulmate who sees you, who desires you, who respects you, who adores you, and who is serious about you, who wants to commit, who wants to walk away into the sunset with you at the end of the movie, okay? You deserve that. Now that is something that you needed to hear, and that's also advice that's coming through for you. Because I feel like what you really need to hear right now is just to not give up hope, okay? To keep visualizing, keep manifesting, just keep believing that your Two of Cups, your soulmate, is out there. They exist because you exist, and because you are this amazing, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning person who has so much to offer and who can love so purely. There's also someone like there out there for you. Okay, there's also someone like that out there for you. Yeah, I mean, the Two of Cups, I think I've mentioned this in like my previous love readings, I think is a better significator, 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 what is the word, my god? Yeah, it signifies a loving connection and a soulmate connection a lot more to me as a tarot reader than the Lovers card does, because the Lovers card could sometimes mean just like karmic soulmates as well. Sometimes people who come together because there is a purpose that they have to fulfill, and it might be a toxic relationship as well. But like the Two of Cups to me is the ultimate soulmates card, where like two people who probably would have never met each other, or like have met each other because of complete serendipity, and are very different from each other, but they just fit together like two pieces of a puzzle, okay? So I feel like the Two of Cups to me is much more like soulmatey card and a Lovers card than the Lovers card is in tarot. So honestly, advice for you is to just believe that there is someone like that for you, like the person that you're trying to manifest, like the person that you're hoping to end up with. There's also a message here that you need to keep your standards high, but your options open, okay? Because you might think, oh, someone from this place, I would never date someone from this country or this race. but maybe the person that you're meant to be with is a person from that country and that race, okay? And maybe that person is the exception, and your idea of how people from that particular country or that particular race were a particular way, but then meeting that person you're going to realize, oh, they're not all the same, or oh, I was actually wrong about the stereotypes and the prejudices that I had in my mind about these people. So yeah, I mean, there is a possibility that you might find love in a place where you least expect it, okay? I just thought of that Rihanna song, We Found Love in a Hopeless Place. So yeah, I mean, that's possibly something that could happen. You might find love in a hopeless place. You might find each other when you're both in this person be kind of energy, maybe, right? Like where you're both kind of questioning whether they're even is a soulmate for you, or whether you're going to be a good girlfriend or a boyfriend, or whether you're even ready for a committed relationship. Even though you want it, you don't know whether you're ready for it. So like, if you're going through and like experiencing a bit of the hedgehog dilemma, then basically the idea here is for you to just have hope, and just know that someone out there exists and that person is for you. The hedgehog dilemma, for people who don't know what that is this like contradictory energy within us, where we kind of want something but we're also scared of it, and we um you know um try to stay away from it. So for example, we could want a committed relationship, but at the same time we might be pushing away, being vulnerable with someone, or like pushing away potential partners because we're scared of either getting hurt ourselves or hurting someone else in the process. So it's like you want something but you're also scared of it. So yeah, like that is something that you guys could be experiencing. And like honestly, when you're experiencing something like that, the message here for you, something that you need to hear, is that you need to really shush the loud noises in your mind and just like let yourself really believe that you deserve a happy ending, and the person that you deserve a happy ending with is out there. And as long as you are just living your best life, just like being content with where you are, constantly working towards yourself, that's basically all you can do, right? Because this person is going to find you in divine timing, okay? You both are going to meet each other in divine timing. And a lot of times, the idea of self love and working on yourself comes up, and it almost sounds like, oh, if you don't work on yourself, or if you don't love yourself, who is going to love you, or how are you going to love other people? But no, honestly, I feel like even if you do have the most amazing relationship with a green flag, and like, even if you have lots of people in your life that love you and support you, that doesn't mean that you should stop loving yourself, or you should stop working on yourself. That's like a continuous process. You have to love yourself regardless of whether you're in a relationship or whether you're not in a relationship, whether you have five friends or whether you have no friends. That's just something that you have to do for yourself, okay? Self love is for yourself, okay? So yeah, I mean, to an extent, I feel like when you do fall in love with yourself, you become better at judging what the other person's intentions are, and if they're really out there intending to break your trust, or see how flexible your boundaries are, or test your limits. Then that self love is going to help you stay away from that person, or like cut them off before you get super attached to them, right? So self love is absolutely important, but it's not something that you need to do because the end goal of it is to find someone else, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, that is just something that I feel like you needed to hear today. Have more discipline in your life, okay? Step into maybe like a bit of your masculine energy, now irrespective of whether you are male or female. I'm not talking about gender, I'm talking about energy. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us, and it honestly feels like at the moment you need to embrace your masculine energy, because that's the energy that's going to help you keep striving forward. Okay, because masculine energy is the doing energy, feminine energy is very receptive, right? So we don't want you to just sit there and wait, because if you're sitting there and waiting, you're going to go into that lack mentality, you're going to feel like a victim, you're going to feel like um you don't have control or power or autonomy over your own life. You're gonna feel like you're powerless, and like you just have to sit there and wait and there's nothing that you can do, when that's absolutely not true. You can step into your masculine energy and you can take action. Okay, so you can take action by either going on dates, either telling your friends to set you up on dates and then going on those dates, or getting on to like a dating app, or beginning to fill your life with meaningful experiences, um and things that are basically keeping you occupied, that are helping you grow, that are helping you glow in your own right, and so that you're not fully dependent on this other person to just show up in your life whenever they are ready. Okay, it's like till they don't come, you have something to do. So I mean, the word that keeps coming to my mind is distract yourself, but that's not what spirit wants you to do. The advice here is to just be in a doing energy, so you are basically not concentrating on the lack of what you don't have. Okay, it's like do the things that like 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 why do you think that you are going to have fun only when someone else comes into your life? Have fun on your own, go out with your friends, go out with your family, go on solo trips, right? Like why do you only have to do something with another person? And like for how long are you going to keep your life on hold waiting for this other person to come into your life and then finally have someone to do things with, right? So the energy here is to just step into sorry the advice here is to just step into the energy of the masculine, who's like doing, okay, who's taking action and who's not very receptive, but at the same time also like knowing that there is a higher power in place, and that sometimes you can try and still not succeed, but that's okay. You don't have to try to a level where you're pushing yourself to a breaking point, or you're doing something, or like you're staying productive and busy just for the sake of it. No, no, no. You're being asked to like do things and kind of detach from the outcome that you want, if that makes sense. Okay, like do things and find enjoyment in them in the moment. Step into your masculine energy and like amp that energy up, without the expectation that just because you're doing this, it's like how toddlers, they'll do something and then they'll look at their parents just to let their parents know that they're doing it. That's the advice for you. Like don't do something just to show the universe that you're doing it, like look at me being busy at work, come on, shouldn't you um reward me now? Like don't do that. Okay, like don't get busy, don't try to like pretend, I guess, to be busy and productive just for the sake of it. Yeah, or for the sake of like showing the universe or showing the world that you have a lot going on for yourself, and like now you deserve to receive the reward for it, because the reward will come when it's meant to come. Okay, in the meantime, whatever you can do, whatever actions you can take, you need to take them. Just find a teacher or someone basically who is helping you stay grounded, who's maybe reassuring you when you need the reassurance, who it honestly feels like you need to surround yourself with people who don't feel sorry for you because you're single, but at the same time also don't feel like, oh my god, this person is so desperate for a relationship. Like, you don't want people around you who feel like you're in either of those energies, because you're not. Okay, it's like even on this card it says feet on earth, mind on heaven. So yeah, honestly, the advice here is to surround yourself with people, or like believe in energies that help keep you grounded, but at the same time inspire you, at the same time want you to dream, want you to believe in magic, want you to believe in happy endings. Okay, so like you want someone who is a bit of a realist but also believes in magic. And like, if you don't want to depend on someone else, you do that. Okay, the advice for you is that you be someone, or like you channel your masculine energy into believing that you can get to a point in your life where you can be grounded and at the same time want something. Okay, so like the hedgehog dilemma, but the opposite. Okay, um like you want commitment and you are ready for it, but at the same time you're also content with where you are, and you know that you're not going to lower your standards basically. Okay, um so yeah, that's the advice that's coming through. The advice here is also maybe like, if you don't know what next step you should take, maybe like ask someone who's maybe older, someone wiser, someone you trust, someone who you know is going to give you good advice because they want what's best for you. um I feel like finding activities or finding experiences that can ground you, but at the same time keep that spark alive within you, keep that magic of like the future, the hope of having a good future alive in you. Just try to find that balance. So yeah, I think I'm going to end your reading on that note. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this reading. Did it resonate or not? Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.